Hello, the Pioneer viewers. As you know, our agenda is the Russia-Ukraine war. The war has been very active in recent days and the sides are increasing their attacks. We convey the developments to you in the latest and the most accurate way. In times of war, especially on active days, a lot of news is spread. The most important thing is to be able to confirm the accuracy of the news. It is necessary to convey the most accurate information to the public by making use of local and official sources. While one side of the war is fought on the front line, another side is fought behind the front line. It is very important to ensure the proper logistics of the troops. It is necessary to ensure that the soldiers who are sent to the front to fight are housed in good conditions. In addition, the supply chain that would reach the troops must be well organized. Russia's aggression against Ukraine actually started with the occupation of Crimea. Russia's aggression against Ukraine actually started with the occupation of Crimea. Russia, which illegally annexed Crimea, is making great efforts to hold on the region. With Russia's full invasion of Ukraine, the Crimea region has become more strategically important. It is becoming increasingly difficult for Russia to hold on to Crimea. It is known that the Ukrainian army wants to retake Crimea. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had earlier said that the Crimea would be liberated from Russian occupation. It is becoming increasingly difficult for Russia to hold on and defeat Crimea. Crimea is also considered to be a significant financial burden for Russia. The Ukrainian army periodically attacks Crimea and the Kerch Bridge, which connects the Crimea to the Russian mainland. Last day, the Ukrainian army attacked the Kerch Bridge again, and the smoke rose from the bridge. Let's analyze the details of the attacks and the situation in Crimea. The images published on social media the other day were watched by thousands of people in a short time. In the images shown in the video, smoke was rising from the Kerch Bridge connecting the Russia to the Crimea. In the description of the video, it was stated that the Crimean Peninsula was subjected to Ukrainian airstrike. According to our information, an air raid alert was sounded in the Crimean region for 2 hours. Russian troops panicked after the air raid alert was sounded. Russian troops stations in the region were reportedly very concerned about the possible Ukrainian attack. Detailed information was obtained in the phone conversation intercepted in the previous days. The intercepted phone records contained conversations of the Russian soldiers with another soldier. The Russian soldier in Crimea stated that Russian troops would suffer great losses in a possible Ukrainian attack. The Russian soldier stated that the Russian troops were considerably weakened during the period when the Ukrainian army increased its attacks in Crimea. In recent months, Kiev has stepped up its attacks on Crimea, which was illegally seized by Russia in 2014 and which Ukraine has vowed to recapture as part of its goals in the 20-month war. The Ukrainian army's offensive against Crimea is not just an offensive. The Ukrainian army is attacking Crimea as part of a larger plan. The real plan is to liberate Crimea and free it from the Russian occupation. The main goal of the Ukrainian army and authorities to make Crimea a Ukrainian territory again. Mikhail Rozvezhayev, the governor of the Crimean port city of the Sevastopol, made statements after the attack last day. He said that the Russian military is working to destroy a large number of various air targets in the different parts of the peninsula. But the governor's statements were not considered sufficient by the public. There is a clear lack of security in Crimea, which has been the target of the repeated attacks since the beginning of the war. The governor went on to say that the population should not be on the open areas. He asked people to remain calm and stay in temporary shelters or safe places. Videos posted after the Ukrainian army targeted the Kerch Bridge again showed the attack. The Ukrainian army regularly attacks the Kerch Bridge. The main purpose of the attacks is to connect the region from the Russian mainland. If this region is disconnected, the Ukrainian army's operations will be much more powerful. Danger bells are ringing in Crimea and Sevastopol, as well as in the Russian border regions of Berdyansk, Kursk, and Belgorod, where the Ukrainian armed forces are reportedly carrying out attacks. The Ukrainian army's offensive is affecting a large area. As a result of Russian troops are being cornered on every moment, the Ukrainian army continues its offensive, leaving no free space for Russian troops. The change in the firepower of the Ukrainian army has also increased the quality of the attacks. Ukrainian artillery units are launching a very powerful attacks and designated targets. Russia's air defense systems are insufficient to prevent the attacks. Ukrainian artillery units destroyed a Russian air defense system in Crimea during these attacks. As the Ukrainian army increases its attacks, problems in the Russian army are emerging. Recently, there have been changes in the appointments in the Russian army. It is clear that Moscow is not satisfied with the state of Russian army, but there is no clear program. For this reason, instantaneous events result in negativity for Russia. The attacks organized by the Ukrainian army have a strategic objective. Since the beginning of the occupation, the Ukrainian army has organized attacks targeting Russia's system. Russia's systems, which is dysfunctional and full of vulnerabilities, has become clogged as a result of the Ukrainian attacks. The Russian army is having a hard time reinforcing its troops. The Ukrainian army's attacks targeting Crimea have revealed an important fact for Russia. According to the military experts, the Crimean bridge has become an important security burden for Russia. The Kerch Bridge is Russia's only land connection with Crimea, which was annexed by President Vladimir Putin in 2014. It is also an important supply route for Russia. Ukrainian military intelligence is aware of this situation and organizes its attacks accordingly. After tankers were blown up on the bridge by the Ukrainian military, the Russian government has limited use of the bridge. Russian trucks and fuel tankers cannot cross the bridge and are transferred across the ferries. This shows that Russia is unable to ensure security on the bridge. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's promise has caused a great stir. Ukrainian leader promised to reverse the Russian occupation for Crimea. Therefore, Ukraine's operations and offensive in Crimea are highly anticipated by Ukrainian supporters. As it becomes more difficult for Russia to defend the Crimea region, the Ukrainian army's offensives are increasing. Larger operations by the Ukrainian army are expected in the coming days. According to the information we have obtained from local sources, the strategic offensives of the Ukrainian army constitute the preparatory stage of the big operations. The big operation is expected to take place in the near future. What do you think about the Ukrainian army's targets in the Crimean region? How do you think the Ukrainian army struck a blow to the Russian logistics by attacking the Kerch Bridge in Crimea? Do you think that Crimea has become a security burden for Russia? Do you think that the Ukrainian army will carry a major operation in Crimea? We care about your opinion. Please share it with us.